Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire potential briefing for Sunday, September 12th. Looking at the impact map for today, smoke lingers in the north, along with some lingering light showers across eastern areas, and some gusty winds, 20 to 30 miles per hour with low humidity over the south the next couple of days. But other than that, nothing that significant. Our smoke has gotten much improved. Some precipitation and higher humidity on the California and Oregon fires, definitely reducing smoke output both at the surface and aloft. And looking at lightning, quite a bit of it on the right-hand side, but it all came with wetness or over fuels that already were not really that critical. We did have some starts ongoing, but nothing really large. New fire starts in the red, existing fires in the yellow. Last 7 days, not including yesterday. You can see some of that precipitation in Oregon, Northern California really did a good number in some of those fires. Those green shades are a ½ inch of precip, so that definitely helped. As for our area, a lot of modification. The ERCs mostly green and yellow across about 90% of the area. Parts of the mountains of central Idaho, though, still in the 80th to 90th percentile, so we keeping an eye on that. Looking at the upper level satellite imagery, most of the storm track is pushed into the northern Rockies and the Pacific Northwest. We're under flat high pressure, zonal flow, best characterized by seasonable temperatures, not hotter than normal, not cooler than normal. We see that here. There is drier air pushing in, but you can see most of our PSAs have modified quite a bit on the right-hand side. Our daytime humidity is driest in the south, about single digits to 10%. Otherwise, 12 to 25% across most other areas. Some moderate winds, maybe 12 to 25 miles per hour. We see the dark green and orange. On Monday, trough low pressure kind of pushes down a little bit. There is some drier air pushing in. Our PSAs starting to dry out. We do have some gusty winds in the orange, winds close to 30 miles per hour, but they're over fuels that have been modified. Our humidity is in the teens there, but some single digits starting to dry out across southern areas, still above 20% in the north. We have high pressure, Pacific high pressure starting to build into the western Great Basin. On Tuesday should be a warm up for western areas and most areas in general. You see the shades of brown coming into play on our 7-day across the west, where humidities on the right-hand side will be in the single digits to low teens, a bit more moist further east and north. You can see the winds on the left pretty light. Precipitation fairly light overall, just some exiting precipitation today across our eastern areas. Otherwise, again, that zonal flow continues. Some moderately breezy conditions in the north on Wednesday. You see high risk just east of us in the Rockies with that downslope wind coming off the Continental Divide, just dry and warm everywhere else. Now that trough starts dropping down a little bit, we will see winds increasing in some of our drier southern areas, and we do have high risk for parts of southern Nevada and southwest Utah, where the fine fuels will be drying out quite rapidly, not so much in the heavier fuels. But there is cooler, more moist conditions coming in, and by Friday, you see more moistening, and Saturday, more moistening going on across the north. And the trough low pressure will produce some winds. We may have to watch for high risk in some areas south of the Idaho border as we get closer to the period. 7-day precip totals, there'll be some in the mountains of central Idaho later in the period that could knock the fuels down a little bit. That'll be good news up there. And more precip for Oregon and Northern California, at least a ½ inch or so, maybe ½ inch in Oregon. Again, knocking down the smoke from some of those fires. 8 to 14-day outlook shows cooler than normal conditions returning to much of the northern and central Great Basin. The heat gets pushed further eastwards, but we do stay drier than normal for the most part as we go into the third week of September. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.